We are here at the Champions League Week 3 Match Day 2 with a bunch of these Champions League games. Yesterday was an insane day with PSG scoring 7, Barca 6, PSV 6. And today also had some high scoring games, with Chelsea, with Bayern, with Liverpool. And here we're just going to go through pretty much every match and see wrong screen and see everything quick and easy. Earlier in the day, let's go about 3-1 against Quarterback. Quarterback were winning in the beginning, scoring in the first minute. Galatasaray getting another win. Getting the last one was against Liverpool, and huge win against Bodo Glimt. That will get them huge points in the league phase. Here we're going to the Bayern Munich match first. With for me, they're my favorites. I had them favorites in the beginning of when the season started. I think that Bayern has such a strong team, and you're missing one of your star boys, and you're still performing out of your mind. Yalmal Musiala getting that ankle injury during the Club World Cup, but they're still playing out of their minds. Harry Kane, doing insane things. I think it's 22 GA this season so far. Luis Diaz, huge pickup from Liverpool. And then he's fitting in perfectly. I thought Rodrigo would fit like for a Bayern or something, but Luis Diaz is doing exceptional for them. Michael Olise is moving more to the center for this match with 17-year-old Carl, who's just bagged himself as the youngest scorer, beating Jamal Musiala's record of the youngest scorer for Bayern Munich in the Champions League, which is huge, and he scored a beautiful goal. Pavlovic, Kimmich, Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, Guerrero, and Lamer completed the lineup, and then went on nowhere. And this Bayern team's scary, but they still have injuries. Davies is out, Stanisic is out, Musiala, Gnabry. Bayern looks scary. Bayern 100% for me the favorites to win the Champions League. They have such a Michael Olise is such an amazing player. Luis Diaz, put in Jamal Musiala. Harry Kane is the proper striker you need. One of the best nines in the world, or top 3 best nines. Youngster Pavlovic, Kimmich, and then you're bringing up these youngsters like Carl, and you'll have Tom Biscoff, which I'm a fan of, Leon Goretzka, backup striker Nicholas Jackson. Just huge. Bayern has huge depth in their team, and that's key. Luis Diaz scored a screamer. Lamer played great. We're getting 2 assists. But yeah, that's huge performance. Lucas Jackson getting a goal right after getting subbed in, huge for Bayern Munich. And Club Brugge, I expected more. Club Brugge looked really good for me last season in the league phase. Still look strong against Manchester City, but and I'm pretty sure it was PSG also. But today just did not look like it. Bayern are just ahead of their level and just performing amazing. And yeah, that's why I have them mostly the favorites. This is not a game that I watched, but a game that I know, what are my thoughts in here. And then now is Chelsea Ajax. And I actually did not expect this. I thought it was going to be like a 2-1, 3-1 win. For me, Chelsea's always been an on and off team, especially this season, really. But finally, they listened. Enzo Maresca and Mark Yu. Always said a huge fan of Mark Yu. He was in Barca when he joined Chelsea, and Chelsea's been trying to look for the number 9, and they never really gave him a fair chance, unless besides in the Conference League. But he finally got a start, bagged himself a goal, but substituted at halftime, which was, should have gave him more. And then Evil Saka scores right afterwards, but Gittins bags himself an assist. They played it low. They're not playing their huge name players. You have a bunch of youngsters like Gittins, Gu, the young Argentinian Estevo, Latvia Hato, getting his former team. So it's not really that huge clinical team, but of course Ajax is not the team what they were before. People know them as like that powerhouse from 2019, and then always like that underrated team. But now that's not really the case. But Chelsea, though, on and off. Garnacho didn't, is he out? That he just didn't play at all. But I like a lot of Chelsea's players, and I do think Enzo Maresca is the man for the job. But they just got to find their rhythm. They have a team capable of going far. It's just injuries, of course, is blowing them. Gusto's always, Badiashile is always, but Levi Colwill, Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, Joao Pedro, but he's suspended. But Chelsea do have a strong team and a capable team of going far in the Champions League and getting a huge win 5-1, especially. Um, it's huge, for moral, for even just in the Champions League itself. Liverpool, after 4 games losing streak, you really never didn't expect that of Liverpool with the huge money signings they brought in, especially winning the league last year. Um, but yeah, here they are, and they looked great. You needed this to get back into the rhythm of things, to find your comfort zone, to let the world know that you're still one of the top favorite teams to win this competition, and they showed it here. Um, I said it before. I said Robertson should start, Frimpong should start, but he got hurt very early on. Dropped Salah for a game or two. Until he finds his rhythm. Verts is playing in the right, back to assist. Salah's underperforming. Do you bench him more and start playing Verts on the right? Um, Soboslai played great, goal and assist. Curtis Jones getting more minutes. Ekitike, for me, who's the better striker than Alexander Isak, and Alex Isak got substituted at half time for Chiesa, who I'm also a huge fan of. I think Chiesa deserves way more minutes than he should. Namaka, Salah, and everyone else got something afterwards. And finally, not double 11, double 10, where it's finally getting 2 assists. And Ekitike scoring against his former team, and this is something Liverpool, like I said, really needed. For me, they're still 100% favorites for the Premier League, for the Champions League, for the cups and everything. They have a strong team. Just got to get into the rhythm of things, and Ernest Lot just needs to just find the right players to use, the right formation, the right everything, because you have so many sort of players and you can't always play them at the same time. Um, and Frankfurt, I don't much know the team. I know Koch, I know Kanoff, who used to be in Dortmund, Larson, Götze, of course, Christensen, Brown. But besides that, I don't really know much. He's Belgium, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, he's familiar. But yeah, huge result for Liverpool. You needed something like that. Um, Great 2 headers from Van Dijk and Konaté. They look great in set pieces. Cody Gakpo and Solskjaer getting 2 games later on. This, I don't know much. I have no idea. I don't know who did better. Here it looks like it was Monaco. No idea about this match, but for Tottenham, you gotta get results. You just lost to what was it, Aston Villa the other day. You brought in money. You signed Paulinho, you signed Kudus, you signed Xavi Simons, and it's just not looking like. I thought this was gonna be a different year for Tottenham. You bring in big 2 money signings, Kudus and Xavi Simons. It's just not looking like for them really. Also, Kolo Muani and I know Tell and huge players' names, and just it's not look the case. I don't know much about this game, but I just know Tottenham. This I did a whole separate video, so I'm not gonna really go into it. For me, Madrid looked good. They looked the scoreline doesn't prove of how good Madrid actually played this match. Brahim Diaz was excellent. Arda Güler, Bellingham, Asensio, Fede, and Carreras for me were like the top star players of this match, and just really happy. For me, I think they played great. And then Juve just always have to just work on things. They haven't won a game in 7 games now, but I have made a whole separate, so you can go to that. And in this last game, Marseille for me, they were in a 6 game streak, I think, of winning 5. And I've always said it, I'm a huge fan of the team. I think they have such a capable team to maybe even win the league on this year. I really like the team. I like Weah. I like Greenwood. I think he's a really good player. Aubameyang, who's getting age but still bagging goals and assists. Brilliant goal from Paxiao. Hojberg, you look at this team, it's just a bunch of players that you've seen throughout the years. Vermeer from PSV, Weah, Juve, Greenwood United, Arsenal, West Ham. You see the West Ham duo right here. Dortmund, Bayern, Inter. Like players that played around Europe, and you put them on one team. I mean, sure, that's like every team, but here's like players that could have been like such a key aspect to the team, and you put them in here, and of course they're going to perform. You have great names. Also have Angelo Gomez, who's performing pretty well a couple seasons ago for Lille. Matt O'Reilly, who's great in Celtic. So like you bring in these players that gotta move. They didn't really go their way, and then you bring them here and you put them all together, and they're gonna work well. But they lost today, so that just wasn't the case. That red card affected old Emerson, just the late, just dumb tackle. That really changed the whole thing for the game, and of course, Sporting getting huge there. Here we're looking at the table. Uh, Only 5 teams have won all 3 of their games so far. PSG, Bayern, Inter, Arsenal, and Real Madrid. Strong teams. 100% favorites to win. You can also include Newcastle, Barcelona, Liverpool, Chelsea. That's Chelsea, not Chelsea, but um, there's for me there's like 8 teams that 100% can go all the way and win it. Like PSG can go all the way. Bayern, Inter, like I said, Arsenal, City, Madrid, Barca. Any underdogs here? Juve are sitting 25th. Not looking good for the Italian side. Um, who's top scorer here? Kane 05, Mbappe 05, Erling Haaland. These 3 are 100% gonna be the race for the Ballon d'Or. Uh, there's that assist to Aubameyang, Hakimi, Florian Wirtz getting 2 is huge for just morale for him and the team itself. But yeah, that's pretty much just a huge fast run through of the games that happened today.